Getting up on Carol's roof at 1505 South Carpenter Road in Titusville. I decided to do a quick video for you, Carol, and for your son. That way you get to hear and see everything that I found as I found it up on the roof. I want to start with a few quick reminders before I even get off the ladder. We're going to talk about two things. We're going to talk about wind-related damage and insurance, and we're going to talk about the restoration or the re-roof of your house as well too. But since I'm right here, let me talk about how Collis Roofing is going to redo your roof correctly before I get off the ladder. So we're going to replace the drip edge with your new roof. It can be white or brown. I would think that we should stick with, well, I don't know, this is your one chance for a do-over, but for right now I'm going to say brown, of course. And then the next thing I want to talk about, it's really more pronounced, over there, all that dirt that you see in the gutter, that's actually granules from the shingles. And the reason why that's so important, the granules in every sense of the word are the sunblock for your roof. When you lose all the granules, all the protective chemicals inside the asphalt shingles start to leach out, and the shingles become extraordinarily brittle, just like saltine crackers. And that's exactly what's happening to the shingles now, as a matter of fact. So that's a really good point as to perhaps sooner rather than later get your roof replaced. Even though you've got many good miles out of this roof, I think it is about time. And then thirdly, maybe you've seen the Collis promotion, but we're going to replace all of your gutters like for like with brand new 6-inch gutters, and that's included in the price as well too. Maybe you've seen the TB commercials. So getting up on the roof, I didn't need to get off the roof to find what I suspect to be in the first spot of hail, as in here and here as well too. The only problem, as optimistic as I was, as I continue to look around, I couldn't find literally anything else. I found like maybe a total of 3 hail marks up on your roof and 1 broken shingle. So the unfortunate part is that, you know, I can't turn 1% into very much. You know, if it was 60 or 70% damage, you know, I can argue 70% to 80% or to 100%, but there's not a whole lot I can do with 1% as far as any weather related damage to your roof. It's just you've had many good miles out of this roof. It's definitely showing its age, and I think it's time for a new roof. So all these coats here, I did a lot of measurements. I measured all the vents up on the roof, the valleys. Let me show you the chimney, by the way. So I feel it's absolutely imperative for us to do your roof correctly that we're gonna cut, here's my line. You can see, well, let me walk around first. You can see all the stucco is really falling apart. Look at that, right? And it's just as bad over here as well too. So we're gonna cut the stucco up here, and we're gonna replace the flashing with your new roof. Imagine the bare plywood roof, everything exposed. And we're gonna reflash this as if it was a brand new house 40 years ago. And then our stucco guy will put the stucco back, you know, a couple days later. To not do that is just turning a blind eye to just potential problems. And why would you have a brand new roof and not go the extra 1% and do that as well too? I thought this was interesting. You never ever want to put your ridge vents all the way to the end like that, and it's open too. You literally have an open window right into the side of your attic. So we're going to cut these back to about to here. New ones, of course, the new ridge vents. So let's talk about how we're going to how Collis is going to redo your roof correctly, in addition to what we already talked about. Forgive my metal example here. It's really not the top layer that's as important as all the layers underneath. So if you would imagine this with me, removing all the shingles, getting down to the bare plywood roof, walking around, there is a lot of crunching sound. I think this roof has really been baked in. You're going to have some plywood restoration that's needed. You get 2 full sheets with your roof, but go ahead and just back pocket the idea of a few extra sheets during the replacement. 2 of the building code upgrades. The first one says re-nail your plywood, your bare plywood roof to the roof trusses. The code says every 6 inches. We go every 4 to 5 inches. So we're going to re-nail your plywood to your roof trusses, double, triple the number of your nails, holding that plywood down. And then we're going to install what's called waterproof barrier. I'm sure you've heard of peel and stick. Once this super sticky rubberized membrane touches that bare plywood roof, it just sucks right to it, and you literally cannot pull it off once it adheres. So even with your brand new 30-year shingles on top of that, it's not a question of if we get a hurricane, it's only a matter of when and how often. Even if you do, unfortunately, if you get some damaged shingles, or if your shed roof blows up on top of your shingle roof, it's still not going to allow water inside the house. That's the whole point of the peel and stick. Okay, and then on top of that, we can either talk about metal, which we haven't yet, or your Owens Corning and your Certainteed are by far the two that I only would recommend, right? I'm actually thinking, I think that would look really good on your house. And if you wanted to go, that's called sand dune. And if you wanted to go maybe just a tad bit darker and bring out some of the stonework, it would be Age Copper or the Summer Harvest. But that's going to give you just a quick overview of how we're going to do your roof correctly and a few of those other things we talked about. And so I'll send this video to Carol and her son. Thank you.